And hello and welcome to CricIQ, the greatest test ever. And we've been privileged to watch some amazing cricket on the field during the IPL, and I'm looking forward to some really big hits today. So we have 5 participants out here, mostly from the south and west of India. First up is Midun Kumar from TCS Chennai. Midun, just tell me honestly, how many tries did you have to take to get into qualify for this hangout?
I used to have it twice a day, and maybe it may take some more than 100 tries for me.
More than 100 tries. Well, that's what it takes to get into CricIQ. Next up, we have Sandeep Rath, who's a student from Hyderabad. Sandeep, what are you studying?
I am studying ABAP, SAP ABAP in Hyderabad.
And you hope to be a software engineer as well?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, so it seems to be a software fraternity out here. Next up, we have a consultant from Chennai, Anand Shankar. Anand, tell me honestly, how many tries did you take?
Yeah, I'm doing this from day 2 continuously. What are the number of days?
As Leander said, persevere in space. Really well done. And great, I hope you have a great round out here. Next up, all the way from, I think that's from Mumbai, we have Shashin.
Yes, sir.
Shashin, are you from Mumbai? What are you studying?
I'm a CA final student, preparing my final exams.
Okay, all the best for that. And last up, a banker from Kotak Mahindra, also from Chennai, Siddharth. Siddharth, how many tries did you take?
At least 40-50 attempts.
Great, but if that's what it takes to be here, that's fantastic. Well, we have an amazing round of quizzing lined up for you. And first up, let me tell you about the first round you're going to face. It's called Quick Singles, and let's have a look at the rules. Okay, each participant has to answer 3 questions within 45 seconds. Okay, 10 points for each correct answer. The questions will be based on different CricInfo sections. Okay, and questions do not pass. Midun, your set of questions on quick singles starts now. Quote unquote, I don't think he's worried about his game. He's more worried about golf and practices golf more than cricket. Virendra Sehwag said this about who recently?
Maxwell?
Correct. Nicknames. The fans of which cricket team are called the Fanatics? I'm waiting.
Okay. Is it an international cricket team?
Yes, it's an international cricket team.
Is it Australian?
Australia is correct. Last question. Which bowler did Brian Lara pull for 4 runs to break Gary Sober's record of 365?
Gareth Berry.
Sorry, repeat that answer for me. I'll take the answer if you can repeat it.
Gareth Berry, I guess.
No, that's not the correct answer. The correct answer is Chris Lewis. So you got 2 out of 3 correct. Glenn Maxwell was the person who Sehwag was referring to, which you got correctly. And the Australian cricket fans are called the Fanatics. Super, 20 points for you. That's quite a good start for you, Midun. Next up, we have Sandeep. And Sandeep, your set starts now. Rewind. In May 2002, which Pakistani batsman became the second from his country to score a triple century in Test cricket?
Injamam ul Haq?
Correct. Turning points. Where was the finals of the first 2020 in England held? Which specific ground? Or you can give me the city.
Lords?
It wasn't Lords. Last one. After the World Cup of 2011, who said he has carried who said he has carried India for 20 years? It's time we carry him. This is obviously about Sachin Tendulkar.
Virat Kohli?
Virat Kohli is correct, and you also got 2 out of 3 points. The one you missed was the final of the first T20 World Cup in England was held at Trent Bridge in Nottingham. So 2 fairly decent starts out there, and we move on to Anand Shankar, who's a consultant from Chennai. Anand, your set starts now. Recent quote. Starting to question whether I'm a cricketer or a model here at the IPL. Who said this recently?
Dave Steyn.
Correct. Nicknames. Which fast bowler was nicknamed the Mysore Express?
Venkatesh Prasad.
Sorry?
Venkatesh Prasad.
Incorrect. Last one. Mixed bag. Who holds the record for the highest score on debut by an Australian in Test cricket? Highest score on Test debut by an Australian. give you a hint. Go back in time. Sorry?
Oh. Not sure.
You have an answer for me?
Yeah, I don't have an answer.
Sorry. Bad luck. Just always guess. There are no negative points in this quiz.
Yeah.
You got the first one correct. The Mysore Express, I knew you had two options. You chose the wrong one. It was Javagal Srinath, not Venkatesh Prasad. I know this happens. And the highest score in debut by an Australian Test cricket is still amazingly the man who scored their first Test century, Charles Bannerman. So I'm amazed that the record still stands, but it does, and that's part of the fascinating set of questions we have here at CricInfo. Next up, we have Shashin, who's a student doing his CA from Mumbai. Shashin, your set starts now. Paul Hawkins is responsible for which innovation very prominently used in cricket broadcasting?
Hawkeye.
Hawkeye is correct. Must-read books. Wickets in the East is a famous work on cricket by which author?
Sorry, pass.
Pass.
Yeah.
Mixed bag. Which wicket-keeper holds the highest batting average for India in the World Cup? Wicket-keeper, highest batting average.
Rahul Dravid.
Correct. 2 out of 3. Well done out there. The one you missed, Wickets in the East, and I recommend that you haven't read it. You must read it. It's written by Ramchandra Guha, and it's just an amazing book. It's one of the must-reads in Indian cricket history. Last set is coming up. Siddharth from Kotak Mahindra. Siddharth, your set starts now. Quote unquote. There's no reason for you to be unhappy. We have taken the competition away from you. This was Dhoni in an interview with Danny Morrison. Who was Dhoni referring to?
David Hussey.
Correct. Who was nicknamed Captain Snooty by the British media during his county stint with Lancashire?
Saurav Ganguly.
Correct. 20 Years at the Top is which great all-rounder's autobiography? 20 Years at the Top. Take a guess. No negatives. Really great all-rounder. You have lots of time. Yeah.
Jack Ellis.
No, not Jack Callis. Jack hasn't written one yet, and I'm hoping when he does, I'll be there to write it for him. It's Sir Garfield St. Albans Sobers. See? Bad luck there, but still you got yourself 20 points. So at the end of round 1, let's have a quick look at the scores. So things fairly even Stevened out here. Shankar is on 10. Shashin, Siddharth, and Midun and Sandeep all are on 20. So nobody's really running away with it, but everyone's put some really useful points on the board. Time to go straight into round 2, which is our round on visuals. Let me tell you the rules. So the round is called Third Umpire. 2 visuals will be shown on screen. Participants have to answer 2 questions based on the visuals for 10 points each. Only if they get both correct, they get a bonus question worth a further 10 points. Questions do not pass 10 seconds per visual. And obviously each participant gets a separate set of visuals. So Midun, your set starts now. The first visual is coming up on screen for you now. Okay, identify the cricketer on the left who has become more famous as an administrator. Midun?
Yeah, it's no idea.
Sorry, repeat that?
No idea.
Okay, I'm sorry you missed that. And the next one, who is the person on the right? Who is the South Africa captain in their first test match? Sorry, I identified the gentleman on your right, sorry. You have to be clear, I can't hear you.
Yeah, it is Graham Pollock.
Sorry, that's not Graham Pollock. Bad luck, you missed both, and therefore you don't get the bonus question as well. The cricketer on the left who has become more famous as an administrator is Dr. Ali Bakar. That's a very young Dr. Ali Bakar out there. And the all-rounder on the right is Clive Rice. Unfortunately, I can't give you the bonus question. Tough set, a bit of a tough one there for you. But the next one coming up for you, Sandeep, take a look at your visuals coming up now. Okay, firstly, identify the cricketer on the left for me.
Colin Suboya?
Sorry?
Colin Suboya?
No, that's not Colin Zoboya. And identify, the next one, identify the former captain of Netherlands. That's on the right. Can you identify him? Captain Netherlands for a very long time. You've seen him in the World Cups. You want to take a try?
Yeah. Peter Boren?
No, that's not. That's actually Roland Lefebvre. Okay. Bad luck. Missed your 2 indirect questions, and the next set is coming up. So it's been fairly tough going so far. Anand, let's see if you can do better than them. And your set of visuals are coming up right now. Okay, first the bowler on your left.
No idea.
No idea? Okay. Identify the cricketer on your right.
Sir, Mitchell Marsh?
That is Mitchell Marsh. So the first point's out here, 10 points for you. I'm sorry I can't give you a bonus question, but that is Mitchell Marsh. So you've got yourself the first points in this round, and it could be really useful later. Shashin, we come to you, and let's see whether you can do better with this. Our batsmen are really getting bogged down with these sets. Here's your set of visuals coming up now. Okay, identify the man on the left. Dashing man. Great cricketer for India. Shashin.
Is this Nari Contractor?
Superb. It is Nari Contractor. And the one on your right, can you identify him?
Mansoor Ali Khan Patodi.
Fantastic. You've got yourself 20 points. And here is your bonus question. You can go up to 30. Which great West Indian cricketer was the opposing captain when the Nawab of Pataudi replaced Nari Contractor to become the youngest captain of India after Nari's horrific injury? Great West Indian cricketer.
Gary Sobers.
Bad luck. Really bad luck. That's Sir Frank Worrell actually. And that's why, in fact, Frank Worrell was one of the first to donate blood. That's why in Calcutta you still have blood donation days in his name. Bad luck, Shashin, but you've got yourself 20 points and this could be really useful. Next one coming up, Siddharth, your set of 2 visuals. Here goes. Okay, identify the dashing batsman on your left. He's been doing very well.
Ten Deutsche.
Sorry, repeat that for me, please.
Ten Deutsche.
No, that's not Ten Deutsche. Ten Deutschkarte is right now with us. No, that's not him. Identify the cricketer on the right from this childhood picture.
Mohammad
I can
Amir.
tell you the eyes has the same look. Yeah, sorry.
Mohammad Amir.
That's not Mohammad Ahmed. That look is the look you see after hitting Chris Board for 6 sixes. That's Yuvraj Singh. Bad luck there. Can't give you the bonus question. So this has been quite a tough visual round. Everyone has struggled a bit on this round. Let's take a look at the scores at the end of this. So at the end of 2 rounds, it's almost even Stevens for everyone out here. Just Shashin is on 40 ahead of the pack, but everyone else is on 20. And that may not be great news for them, but it's great news for this as a contest because everything is wide open. So our third round is a fascinating round. It's called the challenge round. And here what happens is, let's have a look at the rules and I'll tell you exactly what happens. Each participant has to challenge another participant on a particular topic chosen from a grid. So there are 2 questions, one for the challenger, one for the challenged. 10 seconds to answer a question, 10 points for correct answer. The winner of a challenge gets a bonus of 10 points. Okay? If the challenge ends in a tie, that is both get correct or both get it wrong, then there's no bonus. Obviously, each topic can be chosen only once. Midun, I'm going with you. Who do you want to challenge? And on one topic, take a look at your grid. India versus Australia, beyond the boundary opening up. Australia versus South Africa, elegant at Eden, fitting farewells, cricket entertainment, Champions League cricket and associates in cricket. What would you like to choose better? And who do you want to challenge?
Champions League cricket, and I want to challenge Shankar.
Champions League cricket, and you want to challenge Shankar. Okay. So the first question goes to you, Shankar. Okay. And this is obviously on Champions League cricket. Your question: which is the only cricket ground to have hosted 2 Champions League T20 finals? Anand Shakti. Which is the only cricket ground to have hosted 2 Champions League T20 finals?
This Johannesburg?
Yes, it is the Wanderers Johannesburg. He's got it right. 10 points for you. And now, Midun, the pressure's on you because you have to answer this right. Otherwise, he gets a bonus of 10 points. Here's your question. Which Australian cricketer from the New South Wales Blues was the man of the series in the first ever Champions League T20?
Is it David Warner?
It's not David Warner. It was actually Brett Lee, not David Warner. And that just means that Anand Shankar got himself not just 10 points, but 20 points. Big one there. And the next person to challenge is Sandeep. Sandeep, what is your subject and who do you want to challenge?
My subject is elegant at Eden, and I want to challenge Midun.
Elegant at Eden, and you want to challenge Midun. Elegant at Eden is a lovely subject. It's obviously one of my favorites. Midun, your question once again coming up right now. Which great West Indian batsman held the highest record for the highest individual score at the Eden Gardens for 42 years before VVS Lakshman broke it with his epic 281? Who held the record before VVS Lakshman? He's a great favourite at the Eden Gardens.
Desmond Haynes.
It's not Desmond Haynes. It's actually the great Rohan Kanhai, who scored 256 against India. And now this means that... Oh, wait a minute. Sandeep did the challenge. Sandeep, you answer this, you get yourself 20 points. Okay. Now, Mohammad Azharuddin has scored 5 Test centuries at the Eden Gardens. Only one of them has come in a losing cause. Against which country did he score a Test century in a losing cause at the Eden Gardens?
Against South Africa?
South Africa it is. 20 points to you, Sandeep. Fabulously done. It is South Africa and 20 points to you. And next up we have Anand. Anand, what is your choice of subject?
India-England Test.
Sorry?
And, India versus England in Test. And I would like
India
to
versus
challenge
England in Test. And who do you like to challenge?
Shashin.
Sorry?
Shashin.
India versus England in chess. You're challenging Shashin. And so Shashin's question first up now. Okay, can you hear me, Shashin?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. Which Indian holds a performance for the best bowling figures by an Indian versus England with 8 for 55? A performance that resulted in a landmark victory for India. Best bowling figures by an Indian versus England.
Is it Vinu Mankar?
Lovely answer, Vinu Mankar. India's first test win came from there, and this means that Anand, the pressure's on you. If you don't answer this, Shashin gets himself 20 points. Here goes. Who holds a record for the highest score by an Indian against England in Test cricket with a 224 at Mumbai?
Vinod Kambli.
Vinod Kambli it is. So honours even on this one. You haven't managed to trip him up. Well done. You'll have to be content with 10 points, Shashin, and well done, Anand. Okay, Shashin, it's your chance now, and the only person you can challenge right now, given the grid, is Siddharth. What subject do you want to take, Shashin?
Fitting farewells.
Fitting farewells. And so, Siddharth, your question on fitting farewells first. Remember, if you get this right, then you get yourself 10 points, and you put a lot of challenge, you put a lot of pressure on Shashin, because then if he doesn't answer, you get 20 points. Okay? So here's fitting farewells for you, Siddharth, coming up now. He scored a fighting 76 in his last test knock, contributing to a successful 4th innings chase in the final match of a series at Wellington. Identify this current IPL coach. Lots of hints there. Fighting 76 in his last knock in test cricket. Who would that be, Siddharth? Current IPL coach, so you're down to 8 people. I'm sure you'll be able to eliminate a few.
John Wright.
I know you went for Wellington, John Wright. It's not John Wright. It's actually the great Gary Kirsten, whose team isn't having a great time of it right now with the Delhi Daredevils. And that means, Shashin, you're set up to get a possible 20 points. Let's see what you do with yours. Which great batsman scored a brilliant 206 in his last test match and also took the final wicket to fall in the match? Cricketer from Asia, all I can tell you. Brilliant 206 in his last match.
Arvinda De Silva.
Arvinda De Silva, superb answer. Shashin, 20 points to you. That's a real big one out there. And that means that in our final set of challenges, Siddharth, you can only channel Sandeep. Sandeep, what would you like to choose as a subject for Sandeep?
Opening up.
Opening up, okay. Sandeep, your question on opening up. Which Yorkshire opener scored 149 first-class centuries and once figured in an opening partnership of 555? You know, lots of legends about it. Yorkshire opener, 149 first-class centuries.
Jack Hobbs.
Jack Hobbs actually had 197 first-class centuries. And this means that you are up for 20 points if you get this right. Can you do it? Let's see. Which Australian opener's only one-day international was the first one-day international ever played, when he ended up scoring 27 and was dismissed by Ray Illingworth? Australian opener.
Can you repeat that, please?
This Australian opener's only one-day international match that he played was the first one-day international ever played. And this player scored 27 runs and was dismissed by Ray Illingworth.
Bill Lawry.
Bill Lawry is correct. 20 points for you. Well done. It was the Phantom, and we've had a really topsy-turvy round out here. Exciting stuff happening. Let's have a look at the scores. Okay, and just before the final round starts, one final look at the scores. Mithun is on 20, Sandeep and Siddharth are on 40 each. Shankar is on 50, Anand Shankar is on 50, but leading right now from Mumbai, the CA student, Shashin Shah. Exciting stuff out there. Remember, just to have qualified out here has earned these people Flipkart vouchers worth 10,000 rupees each. But two of them are going to go on and play for the big one there, and that's going to be really, really big. That's the chance to watch India versus England live at Lord's. It's a big cricket quiz, and obviously the prizes have to be up to it, and they are, definitely. So what we're going to do is, this is the last chance, and remember, players can play very tactically, because even if you don't win this one, you can end up in the top 2 and stay in the running for this contest, right? So we start off the first choice of subjects. Let's have a look at this round. You choose your own subject, and you're asked questions on the topic of your choice, chosen from a grid. And as many questions as we can ask in 60 seconds, 5 points for every correct answer. Shashin, have a look at the topics and choose your first set coming up. Indian overseas test wins. ICC World Cup 1992, India and South Africa 2013, Test Grounds of India, Life and Times of Brian Lara, Masters of the Chase, ICC World T20, Life and Times of Jacques Kallis, cricketing biographies. Shashin, your choice.
Test Grounds of India.
Test Grounds of India. Interesting. That's a really interesting choice. And Shashin, your set on the Test Grounds of India starts now. Which ground hosted the first ever Test match in India?
Bombay Gymkhana.
Correct. Which ground witnessed the second ever tied test?
Chepauk, Chennai.
Correct. Which is the only ground in Orissa to have hosted a Test match?
Baramati Stadium, Cuttack.
Correct. Which stadium has hosted the maximum number of Test matches in India?
Eden Gardens.
Correct. Which cricket ground in Uttar Pradesh has hosted 21 Test matches starting 1952?
Green Park.
Correct. At how many Test grounds in Punjab have hosted Test matches?
2.
Correct. At which Test ground did Saurav Ganguly play his final Test?
Nagpur.
Correct. At which ground did Sehwag score a brilliant 293 against Sri Lanka?
Brabourne Stadium.
Correct. At which ground did Sachin Tendulkar beat Gavaskar's record of 34 centuries?
Delhi.
I'll accept that. Firozshah Kotla, superb. You took 9 questions and got all 9 right. Really brilliant round there, Shashin. Brilliant cricket out there. That was a Sehwag-like knock from you, Shashin. Well done.
Thank you, sir.
Next up, we have Anand Shankar, and remember, there's lots to play for because second place is really important at this event. It takes you to the next round. Anand, what's your choice of subject?
India's overseas test wins.
India's?
Overseas test wins.
Okay, interesting subject again. India's overseas test wins. And till recently, it was quite a limited subject. Now we've got a few more, but at one time, that would have been a really small list. Okay, Anand, your set on India's overseas test victories starts now. At which venue did India record its first victory over South Africa on foreign soil?
Double.
Sorry? Durban?
Durban.
Incorrect. Against which countries has MS Dhoni led India to series victories on foreign soil? 2 countries he's led them, against 2 teams. Yeah? You want to pass?
Yeah, pass.
Who was India's highest wicket taker during India's first overseas series victory?
Bhattacharjya.
Incorrect. Who led India during India's first test victory over England in England?
Ajit Wadekar.
Correct. Who took 5 for 28 in the 4th innings in India's victory over Australia in Melbourne in 1981?
Kapil Dev.
Correct. Who took a 6-wicket haul in the 2nd innings of India's victory at Adelaide in 2003?
Ajit Agarkar.
I'll take that. And just a couple of misses out there. After that, you came back very well. The first victory on foreign soil was at the Wanderers, not at Durban. And New Zealand and West Indies are the 2 countries against which Dhoni has led India to series victories. India's highest wicket taker during their first overseas series victory was Erapalli Prasanna. But really well done there. I think Anand, you recovered admirably after that and you played with a straight bat. Anand, 15 points to you, and is it going to be good enough? We'll find out now. Next up is Sandeep. Your set, what would you like to choose?
ICC World Cup T20 2007.
ICC World Cup T20 2007. That's really where T20 cricket caught on in India after this, and it's been a memorable time for a lot of players. Okay. Your set on ICC World Cup 2007 starts now. During the first ever bowl-off, which Pakistani bowlers successfully hit the stumps?
Sorry, could you repeat?
During the first bowl-off India-Pakistan, which Pakistan bowlers successfully hit the stumps?
Pass.
Pass. Who replaced Virendra Sehwag and opened the innings during the World Cup T20 final?
Yusuf Pathan.
Correct. Which former Australian bowler was the coach of Pakistan during the World T20
Yes,
2007?
Mawson.
Correct. Who bowled the final delivery for India in the World Cup?
Joginder Sharma.
Correct. Who was the Australian captain during their defeat to India in the semi-final?
Adam Gilchrist.
Correct. Which side recorded the highest margin of victory by runs in a single match?
Australia.
Incorrect. Who were the only side to chase down a 200-plus score and win in World Cup T20?
South Africa.
South Africa is correct. Who hit the first ever 100 in T20 international cricket?
Gayle.
Correct. I'm sorry, that's all I'll take for you, but I think you've done very well. The answer to the first one is there was a bowl-off between India and Pakistan. How many Pakistani bowlers or which Pakistani bowlers hit the stump? Not a single one managed to hit the stumps. The rest you've got all correct except for number 6, where which side recorded the highest margin of victory by runs? It was Sri Lanka. Okay. And South Africa you got correct. I think you've got yourself a really good set out here, Sandeep. You're going to have to wait and see the results from the other side. Next up is Siddharth, and Siddharth, you've got some work to do out here. What would you like to choose?
ICC World Cup 1992.
ICC World Cup 1992. Fascinating choice again. Wait, we'll just get you to your subject. ICC World Cup 1992. Just. Siddharth, your set on the ICC World Cup 1992 starts now. Which test-playing nation played their first World Cup in this edition? Think it through.
Zimbabwe.
Not Zimbabwe. In the final, which English bowler took 3 wickets for 22 runs from his 10 overs?
Derek Pringle.
Correct. Who was the man of the match in the final?
Wasim Akram.
Correct. Which Pakistani batsman won man of the match in the semi-final against New Zealand?
Ramesh Raja.
Incorrect. The South Africans had an impossible target to achieve in the semi-final against England. What was the rain revised target?
13 runs of 1 ball. 22 runs of...
I'll accept 22 of 1. Who was man of the series in this World Cup?
Martin Crowe.
Correct. Who was the title sponsor of the 1992 World Cup?
Benson and Hedges.
Correct. The first match of the 1992 World Cup happened between Australia and New Zealand. Name the venue.
Eden Park.
Correct. Against which side did Pakistan get bowled out for 74 in the group stage? I'll take an answer if you
West
have.
Indies.
It's not West Indies, it's actually England.
England.
And the match got rained out later. And if they hadn't got rained out and they'd lost that match, they wouldn't have even qualified for the next stage in the World Cup. So that's how the cookie crumbles. And let's have a one which you've missed. The test playing nation which played their first World Cup in this edition was obviously South Africa. That's one you missed. And the man who scored 60 of 37 balls, that was amazing innings, it was Inzamam ul Haq. And the interesting part about it was that Martin Crowe was injured and he went out. And the man who captained them in that period was John Wright. And for a long, long time, he was remembered for that in New Zealand and not for anything else. Okay, bad luck there, Siddharth. You've done well for yourself. I don't know whether it's well enough or not. Midun, your set coming up now. What would you like to choose?
India and South Africa 2013.
England, South Africa?
2013.
England in South Africa
No,
2013.
India in
Very contemporary list.
No, India in South Africa 2013.
Yeah. India and South Africa 2013. Tests and ODIs. Your set starts now. Who was the only Indian bowler to claim a 5-wicket haul in the Test series between India and South Africa?
Is it an Indian bowler?
Indian bowler, I said.
Is it Bhunesh Kumar?
Incorrect. Which Indian batsman recorded 50s in both innings of the Durban Test match?
Virat Kohli?
Incorrect. Apart from De Villiers and Callis, which other South African batsman got a 50-plus score in the second Test match of the series?
Du Plessis?
It's not Du Plessis. Which South African bowler claimed a 4-wicket haul in the first innings of the Johannesburg Test?
Philander?
Correct. Which South African bowler had figures of 0 for 104 in the second innings of the Johannesburg Test?
Steyn?
Correct. Who was the only Indian batsman to record a 50-plus score in the ODI series between India and South Africa in 2013?
Dhoni?
Correct. Which was the only venue apart from Johannesburg and Durban to hold a match during the India versus South Africa Test match? I'll take an answer if you have one.
Centurion?
Sorry?
Centurion?
Centurion is correct. I'll accept that. And I'll just give you the ones that you got wrong. The only Indian bowler to claim a 5-wicket haul was Sir Ravindra Jadeja. The Indian batsman who recorded 50s in both innings of the Durban Test match was Rahane. And apart from De Villiers and Callis, the South African batsman who got a 50-plus score was Alviro Peterson. So that's been a really up and down round of quizzing. Let's have a final look at the scores. So an amazing round out here, and when we finished up, after all the dust has settled down, let's take a look at the scores. Midun is on 40, Shankar is on 65. The winner of this round is Shashin with 115. But we've got a tie here from second place. Sandeep Rath and Sandeep Rath and Siddharth are both on 70, and this could be crucial because we're going to see our first ever tie break on CricIQ. And let me tell you a little bit about the rules. When two guys are tied, what happens? We go to something called the list. So participants will be given the topic of a list, and they have to mention who are the people or grounds or team that fits the list, and each of them gives an answer. Okay, participant with the highest score in online qualifiers will go first, and this will continue till somebody gives the wrong answer or the list is exhausted. If somebody answers wrongly and the other participant gets it correct, they win the tiebreaker. If after 3 lists we are unable to break the tiebreaker, the highest scorer from the online prelims moves on to the next round. So Sandeep, you're the higher online scorer, so you're going to get first pick. You answer one correctly, Siddharth answers one correctly, then it'll keep going until one of you gets it wrong and the other gets it right. Sandeep, the subject for you, both of you, is bowlers to take 7 wickets or more in a one-day international innings. So you have to keep mentioning bowlers until one of you gets it wrong. Sandeep, you're the first one.
Okay.
Yes, Sandeep?
Yeah.
Bowlers to get 7 or more wickets.
Yeah.
I need an answer from you. One. I need
Glenn
one.
McGrath. Glenn McGrath.
Glenn McGrath, you said. Okay, Glenn McGrath is correct. Siddharth, you need to come up with a name now.
Aqib Javed.
Aqib Javed, you said correct. It's back to you, Sandeep.
Chaminda Bhas.
Chaminda was is correct. It's back to you, Siddharth.
Andy Bickle.
Andy Bickle is correct. It's back to you, Sandeep.
No one else.
Sorry?
No one else has taken 7 wickets.
Okay, Sandeep says no one else has taken 7 wickets. Siddharth, do you have an answer for me?
Winston Davis.
Winston Davis during the 1983 World Cup, and there were a few more there, and the winner of the first ever CricInfo tiebreaker is Siddharth. Brilliant performance, Siddharth. That was absolutely amazing performance from both of you there, but Siddharth held his nerve, and there were quite a few you missed out there. There's Shahid Afridi, Mullidharan and Waqar Yunus were also there, but this has been an amazing end, and at the end, to join Shashin for our next round of CricIQ Hangouts is, after pulsating tiebreaker, it's Siddharth, our banker from Kotak Mahindra. So it's been an absolutely superb round of CricIQ, the greatest test ever. And so at the final end, let's have a look at the scores. Mithun on 40, Shankar on 65, Sandeep on 70. But winning the tiebreaker on 70 is Siddharth, who will join Shashin for the next round of CricIQ. That was an amazing round of CricIQ. Hope to see you around for the next hangout of CricIQ. This has been a great game.
Thank you.
See you next time.